It's time for another two-parter, this time of Kaiba vs. Pegasus on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. Yep, now it's time for Kaiba and Pegasus, one of the most iconic battles from Season 1, if I do say so myself, where we finally get to see Pegasus' actual deck go up against Kaiba and see if Kaiba can rescue his brother. Let's get into it. Well, because money ain't gonna get Kaiba out of this one, but hey, let's get to it. Yeah, so this starts off with, in order to even get into the castle in the first place, you have to put the star chest in this lock. Which, well, that makes sense, actually, because you don't want anyone who didn't win a 10-star chip to go in there when they're not supposed to, so I think pretty unique lock. And then the funniest scene in the episode happens where, he won't let anyone else who doesn't have star chips in, and then they sneak around them. Mai hits him with his bag, and then they lock him out. That's just pretty funny. Now, he'll never get in. He'll stay outside for the rest of the show. And it's kind of funny as well how Joey first both supports and hates Kaiba. He wants him to win, but still is going to throw a couple of insults his way to prove his point. He still doesn't like Kaiba. Yeah, apparently Mokuba is still alive, but its actual soul is like in a card. So he's kind of just like, in a way, it looks like he's possessed, which is like, Kaiba really, really wants to hurt Pegasus, but he has to do it in a card game to save his brother. Still don't know why Crush Card is a spell card when every other time we see it as a trap card, but alright, so yeah, I think so since it's a season 1, I say Kaiba has a pretty good hand, I say like summon out one of his other monsters before summoning out Blue Eyes just in case, something happens. When Pegasus does the whole, I'm not going to win, and then the psych, I actually can beat that card shtick. It's like, man, I've seen that a lot before, though. That's also a pretty funny line, Kind of like, you can't play a game, we're in the middle of a duel. Well, my trap card says so we have to anyways. That's kind of funny. I wish I could just say that. Well, it's like the card where you have to force your opponent to shake your hand, or else it won't happen. And the trap card allows both Pegasus to guess the card. If it has 3,000 attack points, or less, or higher than 2,000, he gets to take Kaiba's card, which we'll find out why he wanted it later, or soon. And then, of course, Pegasus' actual deck, a Toon deck, which I thought was Tuner, but hey, that was my mistake, where it's basically based off cartoons, obviously. Pretty sure this one's probably based off like Who Framed Roger Rabbit or like Looney Tunes, but we'll get to that one later. Yeah, I feel like the Toon cards are like kind of like referencing old cartoons. It's not that much. It's just a side thing I want to say. Then Pegasus activates his spell card, which it cannot be affected or destroyed by anything, which is a pretty neat effect when a card just can't be destroyed by anything. Might as well just always have a card like that in your deck. And then Pegasus used the effect of his Toon World Field spell, which allows him to summon Toon Eyes, Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Basically a Toon version of Blue Eyes, White Dragon by attributing the Blue Eyes already on the field to summon it. Basically, that's how the Toon deck works. And yes, apparently the Toon cards were so powerful that they were never released. But Pegasus kept it for himself, which is against the rules. I mean, technically it's not, because there is no rule for having that deck, but hey, I don't know. I wasn't the one who wrote the episode, so there's that. Then Pegasus activates his spell card, Shine Palace, with his Toon World spell card, which I assume lets him special summon out more Toon cards. So, yeah, pretty neat effect. I also, in Master Duel, got wrecked by a Toon deck, so I know how powerful they are. Here, Kaiba plays a spell card, Shadow Spell, which in the actual game is a trap card. In my opinion, that kind of makes sense why it's a spell card. Because it said Shadow Spell, the spell card, that kind of makes sense, honestly. I feel like it should be a spell card, but in real world, it's a trap. So, yeah, if any monster is equipped to loses 700 attack points, and it can't switch battle positions, which is pretty neat. And then, Pegasus activates his Dragon. I forgot the name of the trap card, but it lets them take any dragon on Kaiba's side of the field or in his hand and save it for later on his side of the field. Unfortunately, all the strategies were just not enough to defeat Pegasus, and then he traps Kaiba's soul in a card as well. And Yugioh claims that he will defeat Pegasus for everyone he has captured. Now, why is Pegasus doing it? We'll find out, to the conclusion of this, but yeah. Pretty interesting episode to see the creator of Duel Monsters go up against Kaiba. Now, these both duels are really powerful, but it's still very interesting to see them go up against each other. Now, this won't be the last time they go up against each other. There will be 2 more instances, but we'll get onto that when we get to that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time for the next video. See you later.